Hello and welcome back everyone. This is episode 2 of our Karak Hirn Radious mod Total War Warhammer 2 Let's Play. And we are coming in right where we left off on turn 10. I believe we already finished the turn of turn 10 if you like. So this is going to go straight in there just with an end turn. Lichtenberg Confederacy, as we mentioned, at war with Avalon. Looks like they're sending up an army to attack them and another army stationed in Achendorf. Barracks have pushed out, taken the Stone Mine Tower. The Border Princes, Valmir Gausser, unique legendary lord, heading down into the Badlands, as well as Leonardo Catraza. Both of them unique legendary lords with Kataf's Southern Realms, another one. Don't think there's much else we can do this turn, so let's just end the turn and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back everyone, and this is the next turn. Sorry about that, there was a little bit of a break, didn't mean to intro that. As you can see, we've got a couple of things this turn. We've encountered the Vampire Counts, still led by Manfred, I'm assuming, since that can't change in this mod. Not mod, game. That would be really cool if it could, but apparently not. They've still got Oakenhammer, they haven't taken Jufbar though. Always good. Grandstadt, Avalon still controls Averheim. Wissenberg still controls... No, sorry, Wissenland still controls Wissenberg. Got a population surplus in the Black Mountains, which will enable us to upgrade Migdalwandle Barrack. We've researched Dwarven Resolve, which is giving us that nice +5 leadership for all of our infantry units. So what we can do now is we can go with the Levy Missile Warriors, which is going to reduce the recruitment cost for Quarrelers, Thunderers, and... I missed the last one. Rangers. Never really get Rangers. I mean, someone can explain in the comments if they like to, but I never really see the use of Rangers in your bog standard army, really. So that looks to be the end of the turn already. Not really much to do. Still got the Disappeared now in Migdalwandle Barrack, which is unfortunately reducing the growth in the Black Mountains. That's a shame. Is there any more diplomacy we can do? I was thinking about making a non-aggression pact with the Border Princes, but what I was actually thinking of doing was possibly of invading the Border Princes, taking another full province for ourselves that's reasonably easy to defend. The Orcs don't generally like to cross this strait here. That would definitely be interesting. Can we get any sort of alliances with Barak Var? No, not yet. Are Jufbar any more interested in us? No, not at all. How about Karak Hirn?
Welcome, Darwin.
Nope. Possibly Belagar? They will accept a confederation. Again, I'm not really sure that I want to accept a confederation right now, really. So, probably just going to be another round turn, so I'll see you on the other side. And we're into the next turn, and it looks like we've had maybe a slightly interesting turn over. Avalon has been destroyed and has been taken by the von Karsteins. Now that's definitely going to be a slight issue, so maybe we're going to want to start mustering our force a little bit more heavily. We can invest in the clan barracks in Karak and Gazar, and also get some goat pastures, which would give us some growth, but also some casualty replenishment. Apparently we've discovered an ambusher, Rotfang the Redcap, who's ambushing over here. Are they at war with the Talsa? No, they're just very unhappy with them. So what else can we do this turn? We've got a settlement upgrade available. Matorka is now going to be upgraded, which means that I feel confident in moving out of there and moving Alric Ranulfson back to Karak and Gazar to hold down the public order in this area. So what else can we do really this turn? Barrack Bar, are they any more interested in any kind of deal with us? Not really. Could still get a confederation, I believe, with...
Together we're stronger.
Yeah, with
Let
Belagar.
our plans be as one.
We could do. Let me know in the comments. I'm not going to do anything this episode, so let me know in the comments before episode 3 whether I should get a confederation with Belagar and Clan Angren this early. So that's the end of this turn. And we're back with the next turn. A couple of interesting things have happened. Not a huge amount, but hey, what can you do? Barrack Var have pushed up to the Bitterstone Mine, and the Scabby Eye have been destroyed completely. And the Lichtenberg Confederacy have gone to war with the von Karsteins. Now, I'm not sure about the power ranking between these two factions, but I would honestly say that the von Karsteins have a significant advantage, really. So I don't really know why they would declare war on them. So we're going to have to see the outcome of that, and maybe we can get involved as well. So I'm going to get in the underway and head to Miguel von der Barrack with Alric and his army. So that's probably going to be it. But these turns are going very quickly, so this episode is probably going to be a little bit shorter than the last one, so I do apologise for that, but hopefully we'll be able to get a battle in and maybe take a few provinces in this turn. So, no, not this turn, sorry, this episode. So, I'll see you in the next turn. And this is definitely going to be quite the interesting turn for once. A bit of a slow episode so far, but hopefully this will pick it back up. We've finished the research on Levy missile warriors, so we can get to work on ammunition wagons, which should hopefully be very, very good. So, we've finally got the clan barracks, which will enable us to get a few more ranged units and some dwarf warriors with long axes. Migdal von der Barrack has completed its upgrade, which means you can get a barley field, and we can put back in the trinket market. We can upgrade the goat pastures to a goat herd, and quite a few things have happened in the end turn. We've encountered Bilbali, Estalia, Carcassonne, and Clan Skya in Skavenblight. War has been declared by many factions. Carcassonne is at war with Paravon, Stirland is at war with Wissenland, I do apologise. Barrack Var is at war with the Bloody Spears, and the Border Princes have declared on the Ironclaw tribe. I swear they had an army down here. I don't know where they've sent it. Can't just see it on the map at the moment. Bit odd, but hey. So now the Lichtenberg Confederacy is pushing very hard on Grenstadt, which doesn't appear to have any sort of garrison. So what we're going to do is we're going to initiate a quick war and push Alric down to Grenstadt just to take it quickly before the... Oh, there's nothing even to take. We'll just occupy it. So Averheim and Schwarzhaften are still owned by the von Karsteins. Stirland has done the incredible and has pushed on Tempelhof and taken Fort Obersteyr from them. Unfortunately, that doesn't reveal a huge amount more of the map for us to explore, but hey, hopefully that will increase in the future. Not much we can do at the moment, but what we can do is have a look at the comparison between long axes and great weapons. So, the long axes are anti-large, whereas the great weapons are armor-piercing. So we're probably going to want to get a couple of long axes and maybe a few more great weapons as well, which should hopefully round out our main army nicely. Let's go through the diplomacy again, possibly. No, unfortunately not. Barrack Var nearly accepting that military alliance. Clan Angren would still accept a confederation. What I'm going to say is, if they can take Zaraksil and get the Vaults one secure province for themselves, then I'll definitely investigate
Do not greet me as a friend, nor are we
confederating with them. I'm going to offer a small payment to Tylia, just so we can get a little bit better relations with them, and hopefully not have to worry about any sort of expansion opportunities for them. We've got a damaged building in Grenstadt, which we're going to want to repair as soon as possible, and that's going to be the turn, so I'll see you in the next one. And we're back. A couple of things have happened in the end turn, which might be slightly interesting. The Skull Takers have been obliterated completely, as have the Ironclaw tribe. Looks like Wurzag, the Great Green Prophet, has pushed on Grotti Mingal and taken it. The Nekark Brotherhood own Agral Migdal, which I don't think they start with that. I think they must have pushed against the dwarves. Barrack Var have declared on Grimgor's War, which is should be just over here, owning Black Crag. Yep, just there, I think. We've completed the Tinker in Migdal von Barrack, which will mean we can upgrade that to a Tinkerer's workshop. We do have Grenstadt now, but we're probably going to have to abandon it because Vlad von Karstein is just over there. So what we're going to do is, it's got significant problems with corruption. So what we're going to do is we're going to run back to Migdal von Barrack for now, and we're going to recruit 2 units of dwarf warriors with long axes and another unit of quarrelers. So let's see. They have lower melee defense and lower weapon strength. So what we're probably going to do is get another unit of quarrelers for now. Maybe we'll get another recruitment turn in before we head back to Grenstadt and maybe push on Averheim, which has a small-ish garrison. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to say probably we're going to end this episode on turn 20, unless we get to turn 20 and we haven't had any sort of battle or anything like that, in which case I might run the episode a little bit longer. So I'll see you on turn 16. And so we're back. So unfortunately, Clan Angrand was not able to push down and take Zarak Zil, which has been taken by Lucchini, who own, shockingly, Lucchini. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put a building in Matorka, which is going to be a refactory, probably. Let's see, 3 turns until population surplus. Yeah, it's going to be a refactory, so that should hopefully level out the public order problems. We've got no problems here.
Yes.
We've nearly got our full stack of units here, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab 1 more unit of Dwarf Warriors, 1 more unit of Quarrelers, and 1 more unit of Great Weapons. And that's probably going to be the turn. Got a full army here by Graf Alberic Haupt Andersen, which is the Elector Count of Stirland. The von Karsteins are over here. They're approaching Karagdromar, which means that hopefully we will be able to push onto Averheim, take Averheim and start reducing the corruption in this province, and then possibly underway over and take Karagdromar, which is, of course, a strategic location with importance to the Dwarf Realms. So, still, unfortunately, 1 more turn of recruitment until this army is complete, so I will see you next turn. And approaching the end of the episode here, already on turn 17, this is going to unfortunately be quite a fast episode. We do have 1 more population surplus in the Black Mountains, which is obviously going to go towards Karak Hirn and upgrading that to a dwarf keep. Bordeleux has been declared, or has declared on Talsin, my apologies. Population surplus, the Dwarf Tinkerer's Shot has been completed, and Alric Ranelson has gained Builder, which gives construction cost -2% for all buildings and an income from all buildings of +2%. We've also managed to recruit those units into Alric's army, so what we're going to do now is we are going to... Oh, is he not going to move? We're going to have to wait a few turns until hopefully Vlad von Karstein... You know what? No, we're not going to wait for Vlad von Karstein. We're going to underway all the way over here and hopefully take Averheim. So that should be 1 turn's movement. And then we should be able to take Averheim next turn in our first proper, I suppose, siege battle of the series in episode 2. So I'll see you then. So it appears in this end turn we have managed to get a defensive alliance offer from Barrack Var. Unfortunately, they're asking us to pay 2,400. So what we're going to say is we won't accept that. Unfortunately, they will no longer accept the defensive alliance. But hey, that's not the end of the world, as we can always get one in a few more turns when our relations have improved. So probably just going to be discussing through the rest of this end turn. So there may be a few issues with episode 1. The quality seems to be lower than I thought, because I'm just trying to upload this as I'm recording this episode. So it appears that the quality is limited to 360p. So until I work out why the issue is with the quality on the first episode, I'm afraid you're going to have to deal with it being 360p. But hopefully that won't be for too long, and we can get that sorted and back up to what I was expecting, the 720p, or maybe 1080. So that is now the start of turn 18, I believe. Yep, there we go, turn 18. we've managed to recruit the ammunition wagons, which is giving us that large increase. So we can get a new research, which is probably going to be Kazid subsidies, which is going to give us some income from our settlements. We've got no upgrades to do in our settlements other than here, where we can upgrade it to a drinking hall. Possibly we can get a defensive alliance. No, they're not quite willing to do that yet. So what's the garrison looking like at Aberheim? It's pretty small. Skeleton reapers, skeleton spearmen, skeleton archers. And they've got a tiny army here of possibly just zombies. So we're going to be going into the normal mode, and we're going to be attacking Aberheim. And we do have a grudge thrower in our army, so we should just be able to attack straight away. Looks to be an even balance of power, although I don't believe that will be the case. So let's head into the battle. Okay, and we are on the battle map now. We have our full army here. So probably what we're going to be wanting to do is attack on this side, as it can limit the tower shots that we'll be taking. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our dwarf warriors in front, with our warriors of Dragonfire Pass, of course. Where are they? There they are, with their flaming axes and very awesome styling. Creators Emily, I have to say, did an amazing job modelling the Warriors of Renown. And I do like, as I mentioned in the last episode, the colour scheme of Karak Hirn, which is definitely making for an interesting colour scheme for just our regular units. So, we've got that there, and what we can do now is put in for our second line our great weapons over here, and our long axes over here, which will be an anti-large in case I didn't look at the garrison in super detail, so I don't think they have any kind of Terrorgeists or Vargeists or anything like that, so they're not going to be using that anti-large, but hopefully they can still do some good work. Alric Ranelson, of course, going to be in the centre, and then we actually have a substantial third line now, with 4 units of Quarrelers and a unit of Thunderers, and we have a unit of Ekrand Miners, although I'm not sure how much they're going to be doing in this battle. So let's start the battle off, and let's throw in a pause and start targeting the Grudge Thrower on the gatehouse. So we're going to get our leftmost unit of Dwarf Warriors and put them on the wall over here, and then we're going to just go down the wall with our warriors and put them up on the wall. Then we're going to be taking our great weapons and doing the same thing. The ranged units will be forming a line in front of the gate, and the long axes can take a different route on the side and maybe do a nice flanking manoeuvre. Alric Ranelson, of course, can go smash down the gatehouse. Ekrand Miners can go sit at the back here, and that should be everything. So let's hit play and watch this play out. So, let's see what the enemy has arrayed before us. We've got a unit of skeleton spearmen, more skeleton spearmen, some skeleton archers, which you can see are already firing upon Alric. More skeleton archers here, some more skeleton spearmen, Down here is where we might end up running into some problems. We've got some skeleton reapers and another unit of skeleton warriors. Now that is the only issue that I can see with this assault here. There's just spearmen and archers on the wall, so we shouldn't have any problems there, but it's these skeleton reapers and this skeleton warrior which we might have a few issues with. So as you can see, our warriors are pushing up. We're taking a reasonable amount of damage on some of our units, but not so much that they won't be able to absolutely destroy these measly skeletons on the walls. The only thing here is a vampire lord, who I believe was the lord who was recruiting in Aberheim at the time of our attack, and he appears to be standing in the courtyard, not really doing anything. Can't say I understand that, but hey, guess I don't have to. Doing some nice damage on the gatehouse, 35%, 37%, yes, 37% damage. And our warriors of Dragonfire Pass are assaulting the skeleton spearmen on the walls. Got some more warriors of Karak Hirn assembling on the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to select these 3 units, and we're going to say attack the skeleton spearmen. These warriors should be you know, getting up on a unit, so they should be attacking them automatically, as should these ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the 3 units of Dwarf Warriors and say attack these Skeleton Spearmen. The long axes, however, can come down here. Appears that these units are not firing anymore. Don't understand the firing arc of these Thunderers. They never seem to be able to fire. It's quite odd, really. There we go. Nice, getting a nice volley off on those Skeleton Archers. Alric Ranelson has, I believe, no, not smashed down the gate. They've just opened it, apparently. So he's going to be attacking some of these Skeleton Reapers. And of course, we've leveled him to be an absolute tank in melee combat. So he shouldn't be taking any kind of damage at all from that fight. Although I do suppose they are armor piercing. So maybe we'll have to keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't take too much damage. Our Dwarf Warriors with long axes are pushing up on this side. It's quite weird. It appears they've got like pikes or bill hooks. I guess there's not quite a model for long axes, really. Our Dwarf Warriors with great weapons are smashing the Skeleton Spearmen, as are our normal Dwarf Warriors, completely destroying them. The Reapers, however, appear to be doing a toll on our normal Dwarf Warriors, but the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass and these 3 units of Warriors that are incorporated on this side should be more than enough to attack. Gonna have to push Alric Ranelson through. No? No, okay, since we don't control the gate, we're gonna have to smash that down first. So we will smash down the gate, and then we'll get Alric right in there to smash up these Skeleton Reapers. No, it looks, honestly, like a sure win from here, really. The Vampire Lord is still sitting AFK in the capture point. We've managed to pretty much take the walls with very little casualties. We've got some Skeleton Warriors who are pushing up on the long X's, who we can just right-click on them and probably win, since it's 2 versus 1 and they're skeletons. Alric Ranelson is now going to push through the gate and engage on Theobald von Karstein, who's in this unit of Skeleton Reapers. Dragonfire Pass Warriors are winning against the combination of Spearmen and Archers, both of whom are skeletons. Got a Dwarf Warrior unit here who we can push up along to attack the Skeleton Archers. 4 units here who we can push along as well. We've got these long axes who are engaging on the Warriors, and it appears that they're doing a decent job. Exactly what we were expecting from our elite Karak Hirn infantry. Alric Ranelson absolutely destroying these Skeleton Reapers. What an absolute beast. Probably going to pop the potion of toughness just for fun. Vampire Lord, still AFK. Absolutely great. So this should be an easy victory for the King of Karak Hirn, Alric Ranelson. Alric Ranelson? Yes, got it right. There's absolutely no way that these 52 Skeleton Spearmen can hope to take on the combined arms that we have here. Skeleton Reapers, I don't know where they're engaging. Are they the ones down here? No, it's a separate unit who it appears are engaging on these Dwarf Warriors here and these Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. So it's absolutely no way they're going to be winning that. Our 2 units of long axes are battering these Skeleton Warriors. I don't know how many casualties they've taken. Just two men have fallen. Alric Ranelson is he hasn't lost any HP, and he's destroyed the entire unit of Skeleton Reapers. So that's definitely a testament to the power of this legendary lord. These Skeleton Reapers are being destroyed by our 4 units of Warriors, who are just firing over the top of the wall, and obviously the Skeleton Reapers aren't shielded at all, whereas the Spearmen and the Warriors are shielded against some missile fire. Whereas the Skeleton Reapers wield those dual-handed swords, so they don't have any kind of shield protection from missile fire at all. So they're just going to be absolutely destroyed. Alric Ranelson can push on against these Skeleton Warriors if they're going to survive by the time he gets there against our elite Dwarf Warriors with long axes, who are just chopping them to bits, destroying a unit of 120 spearmen, meanwhile only losing about 10 units themselves. So since it appears we're not going to win this battle very easily without this Vampire Lord gone, we're going to get Alric Ranelson to run into the square and attack him. So it appears that we've won the frontline engagement, so what we're going to do is we're just going to 4 up in the square in a show of victory.
Move! Nothing can stop us!
Maybe we can play around with the formations as well, see how they go. Probably going to speed up a little bit here just to get Alric over there. He's a bit slow, bless him. Some of our Dwarf Warriors did take some casualties, mainly on these 2 units here, but still, they did an admirable job taking the wall. So once these few dwarves are in position, let's try out a Ring of Steel large hollow box. Now that is interesting. That's quite a large defensive formation. So if we try the Iron Guard hollow box, that's a significantly smaller formation. That could be very useful if we're defending. So let's try the last one, which is the Flying Wedge. I believe we've tried that one before, possibly. So let's try Shield Wall again. Is that Shield Wall? I honestly can't tell, because it doesn't look like they've changed position at all. I suppose they have. Where's Alric? There he is. Apparently he's losing against the Vampire Lord. Don't know how that's happening, but I guess we'll send in the rest of our units as well. Pull Alric back. I wouldn't want him to die. Apparently he can't take on the old Vampire Lord by himself, but hopefully the rest of these units should be more than enough. Yes, the hordes of dwarves who've managed to take Aberheim for themselves are now just absolutely destroyed. He's really not taking any damage, is he? Apparently lords are... I believe, actually, in Radious Total War, the lords and, more importantly, the legendary lords are made to be significantly more powerful, so that they can almost feel like an army unto themselves. So we're going to bring back Alric Randallson. You can go watch the artillery and hopefully not die. No, don't go that way. Honestly, he's like, oh, I'll just go that way. Why are you walking past the man who nearly killed you? I will never understand. But hey, what's he called here? Ferdinand von Karstein is eventually going to fall here. So I'm going to say this is probably going to be a decisive victory. So I will see you all back on the campaign map. And we are back after the battle. As you can see, nice little bit of loot gain there. Not much, but every little bit helps. Alric Randallson has leveled up to level 6. We lost 142, and they lost 1,081, with the MVP of that battle being the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass with 165 kills. So, we could loot it for 490, but, well, would that really be worth it? Probably not. Ferdinand von Karstein has been killed in battle, and we've gained a Dwarven Tattooist on Alric Randallson, which gives Untainted in the local province that he's in. We have secured the province of Averland. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set an edict, which will give us some public order, and as well as that, some untainted presence in this region, which will hopefully be bringing this down to as low as possible. We'll also be getting rid of the sparring chamber, which is an Aberheim, in lieu of replacing it with something that could give us some more economic benefit, as the Black Mountains are probably going to be our recruiting hub for the, well, probably for the rest of the game really, although we might get a few more in the process as well. Karak Hirn is now exposed. If we could possibly push back to Grandstadt and then over to Karak Hirn, but of course, before we end this turn, we have to get our levels on Alric Randallson. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the Helm of Eagles and also the Hornhold. So what's that given us is the Helm of Eagles, which is plus 10 armor and a massive 30% ward save on any type of damage, and this will enable him to cause fear, and the Hornhold will give plus 6 leadership to everything in the Lord's army, and plus 2 experience for Longbeard units recruited into the Lord's army. So that is going to be a massive improvement to us. We can go and have a look at the Helm of Eagles there. We haven't got any hand weapons, although we have got the Potion of Toughness, which is our enchanted item. Nothing really to improve here, and so that is going to be the end of turn 18, so I will be back on turn 19. As we can see here in the end turn, oh, excuse me, Elspeth von Draken of Wissenland has got a currently very buggy profile, but we can get a non-aggression pact with them, which will hopefully improve our standing with some of the other Empire provinces who are also allied with Wissenland. So again, I will see you in the next turn. And we're back for turn 19. Alric Ranulfson has gained the strict trait from spending multiple turns in a settlement with low public order, which is granting a positive public order of 1 in the local province that he is in. We have a grudge has been issued. Win 3 battles against the undead, which is probably going to be reasonably difficult. We've got Vlad von Karstein, who's pushed out of Schwarzhaften with his 19 out of 20 stack, which hopefully we should be able to take on with our army, although probably going to be wanting to get at least another turn of recruitment. So we've got a unique building in Aberheim, which is the Pillar of Skulls. Now this is coming from personally, one of my favourite mods that we've got installed at the moment, which is the new landmarks unlocked. So what that does is it adds a load of unique landmarks to the Empire provinces and to Sylvania, and which will enable us to have, I would argue, a unique campaign, because I really enjoy it. We can see one of them here, which is the Mootland Farms, which gives massive growth to the province and growth to all provinces. So there are unique buildings, I believe. There's another one added to Null. There is one in Wurtbad. Don't think they added any to Altdorf, although they added one to Middenheim. They added one to Nordland. I can't honestly remember the name. Dieterschafen, and one to Salazenmund. They added one to Hergig, another one to Talabheim, one to Ostermark, one to Beckhafen. And as far as I'm aware, that's all they did. Although there's another one. I don't know whether it's part of the same mod or whether it's actually a different one. They added a unique 2 buildings to Kislev, and I also have the GCCM unique settlements. So that adds a unique settlement to Castle Drakenhof, Kislev, Altdorf, also to Curon, and I believe that's it temporarily, although of course they are looking to add more and more as time goes on, which should be good. So we can't quite get to Vlad von Karstein this term, so hopefully he's going to push up to Aberheim for the next turn, and maybe we can end this episode on a cliffhanger. So that's going to be all for turn 19, so I'll see you on the last turn, turn 20. So Vlad von Karstein has unfortunately not pushed up to where we want him to be. However, we do get some interesting information about his army here. So it appears he's not got a huge amount of really good units. He's got a unit of halberdiers, 3 units of swordsmen, a unit of crypt ghouls, a unit of skeleton warriors, 2 units of zombies, but obviously they're not going to be a massive issue. The big issue here I can see is 3 units of Varkheists and a unit of blood knights, and of course Emmanuel Posner, who is a wizard, and Vlad von Karstein himself, who is, as far as I can see, an absolute beast in the combination of mods that I've got here. Obviously, with 2 units of miners, 2 units of miners with blasting charges and 3 units of quarrelers, we're not going to be able to take on their army. So we're just going to have to auto-resolve this, which has led to a decisive defeat, although we managed to get a little bit of damage on all of the units. So we're going to see, and he has occupied Grenstadt, which will enable us to go in and attack him in the next episode. So I will do everything that we have left to do with the end turn on this one, and then I will get back to you. And so we're into the next episode. Unfortunately, Karl Franz is still raiding in here, which I'm not very happy about, because I don't see why we would have any negative opinion. No, we're at a neutral opinion. Can we see if we can get a non-aggression pact? Yes, we can. So I don't know why he's really raiding in our territory, although of course he's not raiding for much gold. So unfortunately we can't quite get to Vlad von Karstein in 1 turn, so what we're going to do is we're going to push up to about 50% of our movement range. and we are going to encamp here and
Grudges
maybe
will be
get one more turn
settled.
of replenishment before we do anything with him. And so there's not really much else to do this turn. Apparently we have an imminent rebellion in Averheim. I'm not surprised, really. And of course we've got that grudge to defeat 3 battles. Win 3 battles and defeat the undead 3 times. So that's going to be it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have enjoyed. So again, I will be up with a new episode tomorrow, probably around the same time, although I can't promise, and hopefully it'll be of equal or greater length. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Please do like and subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow.